MAEA art educators. Welcome to Maskapalooza. We are making a video today to show you that there are many possibilities to decorating your masks, and we all wear masks every day. I just want to introduce myself before I get too far into this. I'm Alexandra Burnside, elementary art teacher at Fairview Elementary in Carthage, Missouri, and my beautiful co-hostess is Mrs. Cheryl Church. Woo-hoo! Cheryl and I spend a lot of time together, and we decided to make a video for you for the spring conference for 2021. And the point of this video is to show you that we are going to transform some of these plain white cotton masks that you may have already in excess. Otherwise, you can go and purchase some fancy masks, but why not spend some time at home decorating, or get a boatload of these and decorate them with your students.
And you could get these at Amazon, and I do believe they were like 98 cents a piece, so about $1 a piece. They weren't very expensive.
At Fairview Elementary, they're given to us as the backups for the kids. You may be using disposable masks at school, but I do already have a wealth of these, and the kids use them only if they don't provide their own. So personally, I wear a face shield to teach so that my ELL students can still read my lips, and my little kiddos that are in art class aren't struggling to hear me give instructions. However, when I'm up close and personal, I definitely wear this mask to protect myself, and I hope you are too, to protect the people around you. When you are decorating a mask, there is a wealth of things you can use. I just want to show you a few things that we will be using and some things we have used to decorate the masks that are displayed right here. So I'm going to turn it over to Cheryl to talk about the tie-dye kit and a shibori indigo dye kit.
Okay, so in my textiles class, we did the tie-dye, and you tie it just like you do a t-shirt. And I bought the tie-dye, I got it from Amazon. It was cheaper than getting it at Walmart, but you can get it at Walmart. We also did shibori, the indigo, and we went over the history of it, and that was kind of fun, investigating and searching that out. And it's kind of similar to the tie-dye. Tie-dye came in the 60s, and the shibori's been around for centuries. But the blue indigo is really fun. Kids absolutely loved doing it this way. They loved all the different things that they could do, the different folds. And they were only required to do one mask. Most of them did like 4 or 5. But it was cheap enough to where they could do 4 or 5 if they wanted to.
Awesome. I know I've seen these other places. Have you seen
the tulip kits? I've seen them at Hobby Lobby. I've seen them at Michael's. But it was the cheapest was through Amazon. Plus the school has an Amazon credit card.
Woo. Sounds good to me. In addition to those kits, which we're not going to demonstrate this evening, what I am going to be using primarily on my end are these tulip graffiti bullet tip fabric markers. These are amazing. They have a thicker tip. And these are my secondary markers for the fine lines. I'm using a Shuttle Art brand thin fabric marker. Now, from some practice and process of elimination, I found that these markers, I have these different Crayola fabric markers, they're of questionable quality. I'm not going to say that they aren't a valuable thing to invest your money in, but maybe spending a few extra dollars on good fabric markers would be something that you might consider.
And as far as the paint goes, I am using the Fabric Creations by Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you could get your fabric paint in other places too. This was just something that I was able to get a hold of. And a little bit really goes a long ways. It doesn't take much. And I use the ends of paint brushes. I use the ends of dowel rod. I even used the ends of her markers that weren't so good. And they just did little dots. And then of course I used paint brush as well to brush some of the colors on.
When Cheryl and I were talking about some other more mixed media options for the mask making, we brainstormed some things like lace, ribbon, sequins, apparel-friendly strips of bling. The nature of the mask is that it should be washed frequently, ideally after every wear. So unless you're making something just for a single event, You might consider things that have a strong wash and wear type built-in quality. These fabric markers will be great. The fabric paint will be great. But when you get into things that you're sewing on, consider spending extra time sewing that really nicely, or maybe it's just a short-term mask that you have for a while. Either way, we're gonna change gears a little bit, start a demonstration. We won't be spending a lot of time showing you specific processes. However, we will speed up the video so that you can see us making some examples, including several of the ones that are behind us there on the foam blocks. All right, I hope you enjoy our video, and I will see you later. Welcome back. Okay, on my block, I have used some T-pins to stab this cotton mask, stretch it out into a piece of foam about 2 inches thick. Not saying you need to do this, but personally I think having it held down would be helpful. On the side here, Cheryl's gonna be working on some fabric paint using her own set of T-pins and foam. I'll be using some fabric markers. So I have these Tulip Graffiti bullet tip fabric markers. I also have these super skinny fabric markers made by Shuttle Art. Love those. And a couple varieties here in another cup. I have Crayola Bright fabric markers. I also have these fabric markers by the Marvy brand. So I'm excited to use a variety of those on this mask.
And on mine, I'm gonna do the fabric paint, and I'm gonna be using the Fabric Creations. It's by Hobby Lobby. And I've got a variety of colors here. I kind of want to stay with like the earthy tones and some purples. So that's what I'm going to be doing on my mask. And I think I'm going to do a mandala today on mine.
All right. Let's get started.
Oh, the best part, where are we going to begin?
I know.
And I did this one basically with the fabric paint, but then I decided I needed some fine lines, so I used the fabric markers from her to kind of get me a few fine lines in there. And I mean, this is the type of thing where I can actually, after it dries, I can probably dip it in dye and give it some different colors, or I could just leave it white. I can even put maybe a little blingy outside outline of it, so some lace or ribbon or something to the effect, make it stand out a little bit more.
For sure.
So that is the one that I did. And it was quite fun, quite soothing to be working on this, because I really wasn't thinking about what I was doing. I was just stamping it with the end of a paintbrush. She had a marker run out of ink, so it became my stamper. And then I used the end of a bamboo stick, the end of a dowel rod, and the end of her marker. I didn't ask, now I gotta clean that out. But you know, it gave me some great dots.
That's actually your marker. Mask. So she's gonna get her stuff set up. I'm gonna go ahead and start thinking about what I'll do here. I think I want something cute.
So the stamps I'm gonna use are the wood block stamps. And I've got 2 of them. They're kind of a Native American design. And then I also have this. It's like a rubber stamp, but you can get some nice impressions from. We use this with the jelly prints in my class, as well as just regular printmaking. Just a little fun added. Some of them use it on their sketchbook, put it down, and then work off of it as a base. So there's a lot of variety of things that you can do with it.
I like the fade you did. Beautiful.
Aww, I want to wear it now. I think I should do the back side of this part. I think so.
Oh, the strappies?
Yeah.
I didn't do the straps on my other one.
Yeah, but you stopped there. I didn't.
I see.
Going.
While Cheryl finishes up her mask, I use just the fabric markers, primarily these tulip graffiti bullet tip fabric markers. These were wonderful. And these Shuttle Art brand super skinny fabric markers were also wonderful for the small lines. I'll tell you though, these Crayola fabric and this other one, they seem to be awfully dry, and I'm not sure how long I've had these, but I don't know. Maybe try out a splurge a little when you buy your fabric markers. I think you'll not regret it. So here's our two marker examples, and Cheryl's finishing up her paint examples as we speak.
Here's my stamping example.
Beautiful.
And then here was my other fabric painted one, a little mandala, kind of a little pointillism or Aborigine art type idea, kind of mixing things together, mixing it up a little bit.
That's the Australian Aboriginal
Yeah.
dot painting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was fun. Had a blast with you all. And I hope you enjoy our little display of mask making and good times. And I hope you enjoy the conference.
I hope we'll get to see you at Knob.
Bye.
Fingers crossed. Bye. Hi guys. I just wanted to thank you so much for watching our video, and I'm not sure if you made a mask with us, if you're just thinking about making some masks on your own time, whichever way you decided. Cheryl and I wanted to get back together and say goodbye and remind you to please, please tag a photo of your mask that you made, if you made them, or if you're making them in your classroom. Take a bunch of pictures, post those, advocate for your program and mine by sharing pictures of what we're doing that's amazing in our classrooms. This year we're using hashtag MAEA Spring 2021. There's also going to be some more hashtags you can use. Be sure that you're posting things on platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and keep an eye out for a link to the Padlet where we can drop some questions and photos and stay connected with one another.
We're looking really forward to seeing what you guys came up with on your designs. So have a good evening and thank you.
Bye guys!